Strip it all away until you see the unfiltered me.
Welcome back to another episode of
Unfiltered.
I'm Amirah.
I'm Raven.
And this is
Unfiltered. Duh.
We just say that.
We just said that, yeah.
We had to do the iconic intro.
Yes.
It's a must. Guys, this is our last episode
For the year.
This is crazy.
That is crazy.
This is also our last episode of
Season 1 of Unfiltered, yeah.
Can you believe that? I know I can't.
I love that for us.
Yeah.
So much has been accomplished. So much has changed. We have changed.
Definitely.
Yeah. Undoubtedly.
There is so much less anxiety.
Yeah,
I don't
definitely.
feel any anxiety leading up to this anymore.
Yeah.
Like
it's just like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, just come in, talk, yap,
Yeah.
and that's it. And just knowing from the start to now how
Yeah.
much things have changed. Like, not just within ourselves, but with the podcast
Yeah, for
in
sure.
itself,
I think it makes sense that we are changing and this podcast is like a externalized
Yeah.
version of us in a way. So
It
of course,
is.
yeah.
Yeah.
So once we change the podcast, we'll change. You'll see our growth reflected in it. And if you've been here from the start, you would have known,
Yeah.
even just the setup, the equipment, just changing evolution, and it's going to get better from here.
Yeah, definitely. Even the way I know personally, the way I used to speak,
Yeah.
and I mean, I can still work on that a little bit, but I'm saying like every 2 seconds.
Sometimes I still catch myself in a like.
Yeah, but
It's better.
yeah, the stammering for words, you're trying to find words to make up. Like, what do I say? What our flow, our
Yes.
chemistry as well.
Flow is the word. Yeah.
Has tightened. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, we're locked in.
Yeah, and it's only right that for this episode we just do a recap of what our 2025 was like.
Yeah.
Of what
The good, the bad, the ugly,
everything in between.
everything. Yeah.
Of the podcast, of every
lives, yeah.
every single thing.
Yeah.
What are our hopes? What we hope to see in 2026
Yeah.
with us and the podcast.
And with the podcast, yes.
So yes, it's only right that we talk about this.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's dive. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you wanna start off with rating things? You wanna start off
for sure.
with our bang with that? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay,
Okay.
so
You go ahead. You go. first.
I actually rated them, right?
Okay.
So hold on, my hands are sweaty and it's
Mom spaghetti.
like messing up my phone screen right now. Give me a second. But I know the first thing on the list is going to the US because my brother graduated from university this year. So I made a trip out of it and I went up there. I spent some time with family, my cousin, aunt, just like people who, I'm an immigrant, right? So I live in Trinidad. I have some family in Guyana. Most of my family's in the States. So I'm not closely connected to my family. So it was nice actually going as an adult and being able to interact with them and build an intentional connection with them.
Yeah.
10 out of 10.
Love that.
10 out of 10. Yeah. We could interchange. So I could do one of mine and you could do one of yours. Yeah, just so I'm not like hogging the mic.
So I'm just saying this. I don't think when I'm calling out my things, it might flow into like what it might be similar with what you just said,
That's
but
fine.
I'm coming out with a bang. The rise of Ozempic.
Oh God.
The rise of Ozempic. Because why? My mom went to the doctor, right? Just like a routine checkup. I think she wasn't like feeling that well. She went to get like a little vitamin injection. So the doctor starts telling her about Ozempic. Tries to tell her to start taking Ozempic.
No way.
Right? And my mom, like, he gave all these flyers and she came home and she was telling me, and I'm like, please, Don't do that.
That's actually
Wait.
crazy. 0 out of 10.
0 out of 10.
That's
Because
crazy.
what do you mean? Why people selling Ozempic like this?
It's not at all.
Ozempic is a drug made for diabetics.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, it is it's a drug made for diabetics. Why are you using it as a weight loss drug? Like I know it's the GLP-1 thing in it as make you lose the weight, but it's also like I don't know research, But it's like y'all eat healthy
Yeah.
and exercise. Come on. Don't be trying to.
Quick, easy way out.
That's
Yeah.
not it. That's not it.
actually wild.
Yeah.
I mean, you have seen like celebrity culture and how things shifted there,
Yeah.
but I didn't know that it got that bad that people are just like recommending that
Listen,
casually.
I am seeing people selling it on TikTok. Yes, in Trinidad, it's become so popular and so it's like new trend. I mean, look at Ariana Grande. Does she look good?
I think she has an eating disorder. What do I know? But anyway,
Sharon Osbourne.
I'm not great with like celebrity culture.
Ozzy Osbourne.
Right.
That's his wife.
Okay.
And the daughter, Kelly Osbourne, both of them, they're on Ozempic. It's like, you could clearly see it. You look bad. Please don't take Ozempic.
Stop.
Okay. Over to you.
Okay. So similarly, what I'm gonna say is just the viewers are gonna get whiplash. it's like whoa. Okay, so my next thing is opening up publicly about somebody that crossed a sexual boundary. 5 out of 10. Like, I mean, so the women in my family have like a history of staying quiet in these kind of situations, like when they experience stuff like this. And you might not know, but at some random point a relative might open up about a story and it's like, oh. And when you ask them like, oh, did you ever like tell anybody about it or anything? It's like, no. They didn't tell anybody. So it's just a history of silence. So it's a 5 out of 10 for me because it's like I was able to speak up. And even though like I'd lost friends in the process of this and like it's very weird and just anxiety inducing to do something like that.
Yeah.
But knowing that I could like break that pattern, I guess, is kind of what kept me going and like, okay, I'm doing it for them,
yeah.
basically.
Yeah.
So crazy.
No, I mean, kudos to you for having that courage and being so brave to speak up about a situation like that because it I couldn't imagine how scary
Yeah, it definitely
would have
was.
been. Crazy.
Moments of silence.
Yeah.
I am so curious to know what you have next on your list.
Let me see. Okay, let's go to a kind of light one. I stopped writing.
No.
That's a 0 out of 10.
Yeah.
So, I think I don't know if everybody might know who's watching, but like a good bit of you would know that I currently have a blog called Island Shenanigans that I started last year. And when I actually started to write last year, restarted to write.
That's so real.
Because like there's so many periods in my life I would write and then stop writing, and then stop writing. And I told myself, you know what? I think I love writing too much. Let me try to do something with this.
Yeah.
Right? So I started the blog. It was going so great. I used to publish an article like 2 times a month. Then it dropped to 1 time a month. And it was a great outlet for me. I didn't know it would have been such a great outlet.
Right.
Sharing my things that happen in my life, experiences, whatever the case may be, online, and then having people resonate.
Yeah.
That in itself, that was amazing.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's a huge part of what kept me going and wanting to write more.
Yeah.
And then I was like, okay, let me keep going with this. This year, I was like, all right. Started to get a little tough, kept on going. Then I had an interview with Scotch, and I had really high hopes for that. And I know you should never really go into an interview with like all high hopes, but I'm Miss
You're
Positive,
human, yeah.
right? I'm Miss
And that's
Positive,
something you wanted.
and to me, the interview went really well. To me, it was the best interview that I've ever had.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I wasn't that nervous. All the questions I was asked, I was able to answer with the snap of a fingers. I didn't have to think too much. It was really great. And then I didn't get through. But like, oh, well, you weren't what we were looking for right now. But it'll keep my my profile on hand, because it was like they liked it or whatever,
Yeah.
right? And that put me down so bad, and I don't think I've written properly since then. This was like 6 months ago.
Gotta get back up.
I mean, I understand coming from like an employer. Like I was never an employer, by the way, but like coming from like that perspective, like I understand.
Yeah.
I know I'm good, but I'm probably not that good. Like I still have learning and growing to do in that
Right.
realm, right? And that's okay. And I think I'm now starting to tell myself like it's okay. Because,
yeah.
that was only my first interview.
Yeah.
Like it
There
has
will
to
be more.
be real with yourself. Exactly. There will be more. So, I mean, 0 out of 10, but 2026.
Yeah. You will recover.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I just needed some time to figure out some things where writing goes. But 2026,
Yeah.
we back out.
I'm glad that you were able to have that realization. Even though it kept you down for a while,
Mm-hmm.
you realize, you know what? It's okay. I could understand them, and I could understand why it still hurts and stuff. But
Yeah.
I'm gonna get back up. I know that I'll find what's meant for me, and
Yeah.
big up you. Big up you. My next one is positive.
Yeah.
It is finding new community. This is 8 out of 10. So I met a lot of people this year who were actually able to choose me, like respect me,
Yes.
honor me, make me feel safe and supported.
Yeah.
And that's beautiful. So even though it's an 8 out of 10, because the problem is kind of with me, wherein I struggle to trust people now, because it's like in my past connections, like people who I disconnected from, they turn around and were like, oh, like I regret helping you with XYZ or whatever. So I'm like, okay, well, how long at what point during the friendship did this regret develop, and how long were they holding on to that?
Yeah.
So now when I'm connected with people, even though things are good, I always kind of have this thing in the back of my mind of, what are they hiding? Is there something that they think of me, or that, just something that they're holding on to that they're not saying? And then I'm kind of like squinting suspiciously. I'm like,
That's so true.
But
Yeah.
yeah, aside from my internal stuff going on, I would say that I have good people around me.
I love that for you.
Yeah.
It's really hard. Like I struggle with making friends. So like I struggle with making friends. I struggle with trying to keep friends, trying to maintain friendships because I am not, especially friendships in adulthood, or friendships in being in friendships with women, because I am not that type of woman or girl to be messaging you every single day.
Right.
I'm not like, I don't like drama. I don't like talking about other people.
Yeah.
Or I think
understand.
all of that. And a lot of female friendships are based on that and based on the gossiping and the drama. And like, I'm very low maintenance.
No, same. Same. My best friend of all time, like, weighs barely so.
Yeah.
but that's my homie. That's my girl.
Exactly.
And we're there for the important stuff. I know that I could depend on her. She could depend on me.
Right.
We could talk about anything.
Yeah.
Like if my mind is in a mess and I'm questioning like, can I trust this person? Can I trust this person? It is never a question of if I could trust her. Like,
Right.
and we don't talk. Like, can't remember the last time I talked to. I don't know. It actually might have been yesterday, but sometimes it's be weeks. And it's no fuss. It's no like, oh, like you're like neglecting the friendship. Like we have an understanding, and I could work with that.
Yeah. See, it's just keeping up with like all that. And I'm still a very awkward person. And
With the right people, that would not be a problem.
true.
That's the thing.
I'm still on a journey. Like I improved a lot, but learning to be okay with my most authentic self, even though it's cringy.
Yeah.
I'm still learning to be okay with that.
Yes.
Because that's okay. Yeah.
And the more you accept and are okay with that,
Yeah.
you meet people who accept and are okay with that.
Yeah, because you'll find your people.
Yeah. You have to be yourself. What's your next thing though?
So I think my thing is choosing peace over people.
Ooh,
Um
that's a big one.
Yeah, it's a really big one. This year, I think this goes, when I say choose peace over people, I want to specifically say family, because I started saying no to going to family gatherings and all that, because I know every time I go, it's always like I face some kind of criticism, or like my uncle told me, he's like, oh, Amirah, I see you doing your podcast. It's good that you're talking about all your feelings, you know. It's good. But the way that you said it, like, it's good that you're expressing yourself, you know, and talking about all these things. Is the way that he said it. It's like, it felt a kind of, it didn't feel real. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but it just didn't feel right. Because I know they're watching. Like, I'm the only one in my family that
Would like speak out
about certain things. And I know it kind of riddles them. Like, I saw my aunt one day in the mall. But she didn't see me. But I was like, you know what, let me just go say hi to her, you know. And she's like, you're behaving yourself. Like, I know it's because you watching everything I posted online and you asking me that. Just because I'm speaking out and post things I was like against religion and like all of that, I was like,
right.
I'm the misfit. I'm the black sheep. You know? But it's like this year I chose to stay away from certain events, like start saying no.
Yeah.
And choosing myself first and choosing that peace first.
Yeah, because you know what's gonna happen.
So 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
10 out of 10. Because trust me, when you choose to say no, oh, it's great. It's great.
Yeah.
It's really peaceful.
Yeah.
And it's freeing. Yeah.
That's a big one.
Yeah.
This is my final rating. I spent 2 weekends, not back to back, in off-grid in Brasso Sico, a group of us. That was genuinely life-changing.
Yeah.
The peace, so that like ties into your experience, but you know, not related to disconnecting from people.
Yeah.
Just peace in general. Something about nature and just connecting with nature on that level intentionally, being off grid. The Wi-Fi not really that great, so you have no choice but to be off your phone. You can take your videos and stuff, you can't post them right away. Cool, not a problem. We're just fully present. And now, like the people that we went to Brasso with, that's my current friends, and our connection deepened after that.
Yeah.
We actually started referring to when time moving slow as Brasso time, because we would wake up, we would cook, we would go on a hike, we would do all kind of thing. It's 11 o'clock. Like, it feels like time is just stretching.
I love that.
Yeah, so the simple things like that. This year, it wasn't as much as I would have liked in terms of frequency. Like if I could do something like that more often, 2026 fit. That's the plan.
Yeah.
That's the plan. More time in nature, more intentional time away from everything, the fast-paced life. But yeah, the little bit of time that I got to spend in that environment was 10 out of 10.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't do it in nature, but my friends and I, we took a Tobago trip this year.
Tobago counts.
And it was so relaxing.
Yeah. Tobago is a different frequency.
Gosh. Yeah, boy. Time just felt stuck in time in a type of way.
Tobago.
I mean, the time flew by way too quickly, right? But like you were there and it just felt like you were in slow motion at the same time.
Yeah.
I don't know how to fully explain it, but it was just amazing. I just want to bring across one more of my last points before we move on. But my last thing, what I want to rate for 2025 is AI. No, I feel like I want to give it a 5.
Okay.
A 4.5. A 4.5.
Yeah.
You know? Because I'm not gonna lie, it helps me out. Right? Yeah. It helps me out. I don't use it all the time. I don't use it every day. You know, once in a while.
Right.
You know, a little once in a while. But geez, why you have to? Why are you using AI so much? Why AI getting so out of hand? It's getting out of hand.
There's no regulations.
Yeah. Everything is controlled by AI. AI is taking over so many jobs. AI, it's a lot. You know, it's nice to use and it makes your life kind of easier at times, but also relying on it too much kind of rats your brain.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah. So
there's so much disadvantages. Like,
yeah,
I do see and acknowledge how it makes things easier. Like, it's not like a lie to say, oh yeah, it makes things easier. Like, that's just a fact.
Yeah.
But you know, it's like, what is the cost that you're willing to pay for that convenience? So, okay, making things easier for you now, but when it starts making things easier for your employer and they don't need you anymore, how are you going to feel about that?
Yeah.
So, it's like, on the grand scheme of things, AI is not going to be good for us. It is advancing faster than we could control it.
Yeah.
But that 4.5 is a good, you know,
4.5.
it's bad for the environment, it's bad for us, but whatever. What you do what you want. Yes, what we can do? Literally, we just have to like watch it happen.
Yeah, because we can't do anything about it. Really, it's just. I'm glad I was born in a time like this. So by the time I die, you know, it'll.
I don't know what will be going on by then. I don't know what the future is going to look like because of how fast things are advancing.
Yeah.
I'm like, within the next 5 years, so much could happen.
Yeah.
So
we really have flying cars by 2030.
Listen, you would think like if we could actually focus. I remember in primary school, we were talking about the flying cars thing.
Yeah.
And I'm disappointed. We have no flying cars.
I mean, we have self-driving cars. We have the self-driving cars. So next step,
maybe. Okay, let's move on. This part is more. It's inevitably deep. We're gonna be talking about the lessons that we learned within 2025. You know, the lessons we experienced, the things that we learned in 2025. Do you want to start? Should I start?
Yeah, I could start.
Okay.
So I don't know if I want to go with personal. Okay, so
yeah, because that's how I structured mine. I did personal stuff and then I did podcast related stuff.
So I think this will tie into a point I kind of said earlier, but I learned when to say yes and when to say no.
That is powerful.
Because a lot of times, like, I have to join the podcast to this because the podcast helped me develop a lot of my personal growth, I guess.
Yes.
But I kind of always was a person. I always feared rejection and feared like being the odd one out, saying yes to something and everybody is saying no. So say if a situation arises and we either have to choose doubles or corn soup.
Right.
But the group have to decide. The entire group wants corn soup, but I want doubles. I would just say, well, all right, let me just go
go
for
with
the
the corn soup. Right.
But I have learned that I will say, I will still speak up for saying what I want.
Yeah.
And learning to say, no, drawing boundaries in certain situations.
Yeah.
Saying no, I don't want that. I don't want that for myself.
Yeah.
And like again, podcast. We both work on ideas to like topics for this, and if I'm not okay with something, I feel comfortable enough
to tell me, like, yeah.
And that is something I thought, like, dog, is years, beans I used to face with just concealing myself and just saying, okay, let me just go with the option everybody else choosing. But now I feel so confident in myself to just lay that out and say yes to what I want and no to what I don't want.
That is so relatable, girl.
Yeah.
That's so relatable. And I feel like that's a lesson that I myself have been cycling through for years. And this year was kind of like the culmination of everything, like the tip of the iceberg kind of thing. I think that's the wrong analogy. It's definitely not the tip of the iceberg. It's like the breaking point, type thing. And I think I mentioned this before, where I started taking notes of things that I learned every day. So the note is called 365 things that I've learned. And then every day I, 1, 2, 3, I didn't start it at the beginning of the year. So I'm on day 90, but I can read some stuff from there.
Yeah.
I know offhand, just based on what you just said, that it's related to that. Right? So let me go find that. It is asking and receiving is related to that. So in quotes, it's you just need to ask. And I'll read this out and then I'll explain like the situation that I got this lesson from, right? You just need to ask. What you want is available. You do not need to settle if you do not see it before you. Just ask and it will be given to you. And the context for this is I was at a birthday lime, right? And the host, he was asking, like, you want drinks? Like, you want a beer? And I was like, nah, no thanks, I'm good, no drinks. And then after a while, I was like, let me just ask him if he have wine, because I will drink a little wine.
Yeah.
Right? But sometimes I'm like, I'm good on the beers and stuff. So I was like, do you have wine by chance? And he was like, yeah, like, you just need to ask. So he said that, right? And I was thinking, damn, I almost settled and was just like, oh, okay, well, if they just have beers, I would just drink that. I almost did that, but I was like, I chose to ask instead. And sometimes you don't realize that it's like, you know what you want, but it doesn't seem to have what you want, or it's not convenient to, like you said, say, well, hey, this is what I want. But sometimes you just need to ask and you'll get through. Sometimes you are the one stopping yourself from getting what you actually want because you don't ask. Or you don't see that this is truthfully what I want. You'll never get.
That's true. Like, as you were saying that, I just realized another point is I learned how to ask for help.
Yeah. Ooh. Ooh.
That's a big one for me. That's a huge one because now I don't have a choice but to ask for help. And it's okay to ask for help.
Yeah, it is.
It's not the end of the world. You don't have to do everything by yourself. You don't have to carry everything by yourself. And I think knowing that I have a community kind of behind me
Yeah.
is like I feel safe asking for help.
Yeah.
And that's a huge thing. That's a huge thing.
I'm glad. So,
Yeah.
two things. I'm glad that you have the right people around you, that you could trust them
Yeah.
to ask for help
Mm-hmm.
and know that they're open to helping you. It's not
Yeah.
like, you know. And I'm glad that you got to the point of being able to ask for help. And
Yeah.
sometimes you learning how to ask for help is how you know who is actually for you and who is not for you.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, sometimes not everybody might be able to help you. Like, that's just the reality of the situation. But sometimes through asking, you realize when people respond to you, it's like the resistance to helping you. So if you can't, that's okay.
yeah.
But sometimes they just don't want to. And maybe that's not somebody you need around you.
Like I am like if you tell me no, you can't help me because of X, Y, and Z, like
Yeah.
that's fine. That's fine. If you can't be that's totally fine.
Yeah.
That's I mean, you can't always help somebody.
Exactly.
Like,
But
even if
people who make
somebody-
you feel bad for asking for help.
Yes,
That is a no.
That's what makes you hesitant to ask in the first place.
Yeah, that experience.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Okay. Is it you?
Well, I can bring up 2 points, so you could go ahead.
Okay. Okay, this one is also something that I've been cycling through for years. And it is believing people when they show you who they are the first time based on how they treat you. And not like, so for me, this with the person that crossed my boundaries, right? I had that experience with him, but because he was like this nice guy, community guy, whatever, it took me 2 years to process it because I was like, okay, well, I guess maybe he's a nice guy who like made a mistake with me. He's doing all this for the community. So like, you know, maybe it's like not that big of a deal. And then like, I was like cycling through that before I was like, how I am treated matters. Like you can't just treat me anyhow. But because you're being nice to other people, I'm like excusing you.
Correct.
You know, so it's like based on how you treat me, I will know how to move with you. I don't care what you're doing for other people. I don't care who you are in the community. Like, you show respect for me. Otherwise, you don't have access to me. You know, just. And it seems simple, but it's like.
Nah, it's really not that simple. It's really.
Like, I look back and I'm like, what was I doing? Like, why did I accept that? Why did I stay? Why did I stay friends with this person? And it's like, it makes things so much more complicated. It's because, you know, people are thinking like, well, you're talking about it now. Why you didn't talk about it all the time? And it's like, how do I explain that?
Yeah.
Like, all this stuff was happening in my head. So from that, it was a hard thing to go through, but I'm like, I'm done. And I see how this will make things easier in the future for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, enough.
I think in retrospect as well, sometimes you also see a person's true colors, the way that they treat other people as well.
Yeah.
So like sometimes that person may be
Might be
treating
nice
you
to you. Yes.
so good.
Oh God.
And they treating everybody else like shit. And everybody else trying to tell you like,
Yeah.
what are you doing? But you can't see because that person is treating you so
Yeah.
well.
And you think you're special.
But no, that person is still shit.
Yeah. Yeah. And eventually the true colors will come out.
Yeah.
So it is wise. Just however they present, take it, regardless of who the behavior is towards. Once you see a certain behavior show up, cut the show, man.
Sometimes you might see things in other people. You might see a vision in other people you want to believe in, but you need to stop seeing them for that and what they could be
And see them for
and
who
what they are.
Yeah.
Because too often,
even if they have the potential, like they genuinely might be that person, like say in a few years,
Yeah.
they might realize it and grow into that person. But if that's not who they are now, and they have the potential to harm you or harm people around you, like you need to separate yourself from that.
please.
And then when or if they become this better version of yourself, you could decide if you want to associate or
Yeah.
not. But
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
what you got there?
So I think I'm going to move on to a podcast milestone.
Yeah, that's fine.
So for me, a huge podcast milestone is when people actually start coming up to me and saying, well, what is the podcast?
Right.
Or, you know, they watched it and they liked it, or any kind of words of encouragement. And anything of that sort. That's a huge, huge milestone for me. Because just knowing that the things that we put out, or the content that we put out, is just being received well by so many people. And people, knowing that people can again resonate with the content that we're posting.
Yeah.
That means a lot. That really means a lot to me.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah,
Let's
because
keep
we
it
had a vision, and we had an
Yeah.
aim, and we would have discussed that in like the first episode. And to actually see it kind of come to
Yeah.
fruition, where we talked about our mission is our mission. We talked about who we want to meet and who our content is for.
Yeah.
And to know that, okay, we set this mission in place and it's actually being fulfilled. Like people are seeing it, people are resonating with
Yeah.
it. Our authenticity is making sense.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it always will. Authenticity is one of the most rewarding things. And I would always say that. It's like,
It is.
just be your authentic self. It's hard, but
Yeah.
ultimately rewarding.
It's hard to stay on that track and keep pushing, but it's the most rewarding thing ever.
Yeah.
It's great. You should try it.
Oh, I love you. Huh? I still doing like learnings and stuff, right?
Yeah.
This one is personal and not necessarily podcast related, but kind of in a way because it's pertaining to using my voice. So this year taught me to use my voice even when I'm not sure. Like, don't doubt yourself before you give yourself a chance to speak. And this
Love
shows
that.
up in my personal life, and then, of course, with the podcast stuff as well. Whereas, like say, for example, I in a car, right? And I know we had to take this particular turn. And I see, okay, looking like you're driving kind of fast, you're going past the turn. I'm like, oh, okay, maybe they have a different route, or, you know, so I wouldn't say anything. And then they'll pass the turn, and then eventually they might be like, oh, I think I passed the turn. And I'm like, wait, I should actually say something.
Yeah.
But because I doubted myself and I say, oh, nah, they know what they're doing.
Yeah.
I didn't give myself a chance to speak.
Yeah.
And it's like, you could save yourself you could save yourself and other people a lot of time, and just generally it's just better for everybody if you speak when you feel like you have to say something.
Yeah.
And then as it relates to the podcast, and you see how you were talking about the flow and we're not pausing as much anymore.
Yeah.
I think this ties into that, because sometimes it's like you want to say something and in your head you're like second guessing, like, oh no, maybe I should phrase it a different way, or maybe I should do this and do that. And it's like you're doing all this like pausing in your mind. So it's like translating into the speech as you know, like it's not flowing.
Yeah.
So it's just taking that lesson of just speak. If you say something and you're like, okay, maybe I could have said that better or phrased it better, then you could just correct yourself online in front of people, because it's unfiltered. And, you know, if we find a better way to do something in live time, we'll do it. But there's no need to be pausing and second guessing yourself and stuttering and stammering and, you know, just say what you gotta say.
Yeah, I definitely resonate with that as well.
The freeze response.
I got the confidence to speak up so much now. And again, the podcast helped me so much in my personal life. If I don't like something in my personal life now, I will say it. I will speak and be like, okay, well, no, I don't like this. I still have a lot of growth to do in that sector. However,
Sector.
like it's a business or something sector. But, you know, it's just taking that first step and just realizing and trying to work on it. That's a big accomplishment.
It really is. It really is.
Yeah. And it's crazy again when you speak up when you get that confidence to speak up, you feel more at peace with yourself.
Yeah.
And there's no there's not too much voices in your head that's saying, what if, because oh gosh, the voices.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was definitely a big realization. And sometimes I slip into it now. Like the other day, it got loud in my head, and I'm like, okay, there's something here that I'm doing that is not in alignment with what I actually want, and that's why it's getting so loud. So I need to sit down and think, what is it? What am I doing? Where do I need to fix something? Like, let me actually listen. So it's not all this fight up. And sometimes I talk to myself, and I'm just like, hey, you don't need to do this. I prioritize you and my relationship with you, and I'm listening. So if you have something, just convey it to me, and I promise I will listen. And things are just quiet down. Like, you just have to prioritize yourself, and learning that.
Yeah. I think for me, I always like to give and see other people happy, and because I'm so sensitive to everybody's emotions.
So yeah, you gotta fix it.
Yeah.
So you don't bear the brunt of it.
Correct. And I ain't even started to dive into that as yet. To be very honest, it's hard for me to. This is definitely going to offend 2026 because it's very hard for me to feel at peace when I know people around me is not at peace.
Right.
Because I don't know how to be at peace when I feeling everybody emotion, like you anxious, you angry. Like I need to fix that.
Right.
Because if I still feeling that, then I will feel everything you feeling, and is like I don't even, to be very honest, like I don't even know how to move that.
We will talk because I need to lock back in, because that's something that I used to struggle with as well, and it put me in a lot of dangerous situations. Because like with your family is one thing, but in the outside world, what you trying to fix everything, like it could get weird. So we'll talk, and I'll like try to lock back in and remember like how I even got out of that. Because I can't really tell you.
Because like again, yes, with family is one thing, but I think it hits me most when I'm out and like I'm around so many people and like
feeling that.
Like
because you have to learn how to fix it from within, because you can't change the external, so it had to be an internal thing.
It definitely is. So yeah, I mean, we're talking about the good and the bad things in here, so this is bad. No, but let's say necessarily bad, right? But just to show like we are human, we're not perfect, you know. We don't have everything intact. And, you know, I still struggle. Like I didn't even. That's still in the Christmas wrapping. Still we go on top of it to unwrap and
unpack.
So but we move on.
So speaking of moving on, I want us to get into like how we started this year.
Yes. Oh, yes.
And like how we ended it.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go through all of mine in terms of how I started this year, right?
Yeah.
And then you can probably do yours.
Yeah.
So how I started 2025, I started softer, more open and trusting, and mentally balanced. I started with business opportunities. So literally, to New Year's Eve, I did massages there.
I remember.
So that was like my first solo, like my first business venture, like independent thing. So that was like a big thing for me. I was rooted in my spiritual my practice and identity. I was sure of myself and my community. I was loyal to people based on history and not what my intuition was telling me. And I was trying to save people from life and from themselves, especially when I could see past versions of me in them. And I didn't want them to go through what I went through. So that savior mode thing, that was me in the beginning of the year. How about you?
Well, okay. I didn't like. No, yes, we make notes. Newsflash, we make notes. I kind of talked about this a little bit, but I this is a general trend. Like when I start the year, I have like for the past few years, like I always have these big New Year's resolutions until I was entering this year, and I was like, I kind of stopped myself from that in a way because my but my thing is every single day you wake up, you have a chance to make a difference, change the person you are. It's like every day. You don't need to wait for a new year. However, with that being said, at the start of this year, I think I was kind of all over the place, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I still didn't know what I wanted to do. I mean, yes, I loved writing and I wanted to do something with that, but I was passionate about it, but it wasn't like my main thing.
Yeah.
Like I knew it wasn't my number one purpose, and I felt it. Like, yes, I do love writing. I still love it, but it didn't.
There was something else. Yeah.
Yeah. Like I felt like there was always something missing, and I kind of felt lost. As every year goes by, like I try to tell myself, like, Amirah, you need to find what you love. You need to find your passion, your purpose. And as the year start, I feel like I beat myself up so much about it. So I kind of just get lost and be like, well, I have a job. I just go with the flow, whatever. Whatever, right? So yeah, I did my writing. Like y'all know, I did the interview, didn't get through. That got me bogged down. But then we got an opportunity for the podcast, and I said, you know what? I'm going with it. I'm going with it. But I feel like, to be honest, I can't even remember my goals, what I had for the beginning of 2025 was.
Okay.
I feel like I just started the year with started. It wasn't a big thing. It wasn't nothing, but I could tell you I didn't have any motivation at the beginning of the year. I didn't have any order in my life. Everything felt haywire. Inside my brain felt haywire. I used to procrastinate so much. And now there's a total 360.
So tell us about that. You could go ahead and say how you've been ending in 2025.
So again, I will mention the podcast. This is the first time in my life I feel like this is it.
You find it.
I've always been a quiet, introverted person, and doing this made me realize I don't want to be that person.
Yeah.
I want to be the low-key sense of potential. Like, I'm being real with you. Not really like the sense of potential, but kind of like the sense of potential. Like, I want to be like... I am somebody, but I want to be somebody that leaves an influence on people. Like, I want to be somebody that's so authentic that it resonates with somebody else and helps other people. Like, that's always been a thing for me. Since, like, I don't know if whoever know, like, the Notes to Strangers. Like, if I could just see one person smile or, like, help one person or, like, that means the world to me. And like now this podcast gave me so much routine in my life, and I'm not haywire anymore. I'm not so lost anymore. I know what I want to do, and I put in things in place to get that flowing. And yeah. Hell yeah.
That's what we like to hear.
Yeah.
That's what we like to hear.
Yeah.
Proud of you. I'm glad you found your thing, because I know that what it feels like when it's like something missing, like nothing quite scratching that itch of what you're supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
But
this is the itch is scratched. And like, I must say, I know this Unfiltered wouldn't last forever. I know it wouldn't last till I'm 65 or 60 or whatever, right? But this
what it needs to be.
This is a start.
Yeah,
it's something. It's something.
Yeah.
And I feel like I had so much limitations in my mind before, but now there's nothing I don't think I can't achieve.
Yeah.
I have no limitations on myself right now.
Yes.
And that is, I'm so grateful for everything. And by extension, so grateful for the audience and all the likes, all the shares, all the comments, all the every single thing.
Even if you just look at it, just to be seen and to be heard.
Yes. Yeah. Like, I appreciate everybody so much. So, yeah. But what about you? Like, I just keep rambling on.
Okay, but now I was locked in. I was listening to you. And
yeah.
Okay, I am ending 2025 ground. Let me actually mention the mid-year challenges, right? So I started off, I listed all those things. But in the middle of the year, like, there's loss of identity, lack of stability, loss of community, feeling disconnected from spirit, and just a lack of trust in my path and lack of trust in myself, hopelessness, dissociation, depression, suicidal ideation. I was like, it really got to a point where I was like, I can't do this shit, dog. Like, and it's been a while since I felt that low and actually was like at the point of considering that. And it's like, I can't, like, I cannot do this shit. But ending 2025, grounded and stable, with my heart open and free, having released everything that I needed to release. Like, literally yesterday, I went to the beach with Solange, Soulflower, and, we were like, let's be intentional about just letting everything go.
Yeah.
We cried. We went to the beach and we cried, dog. And after that, it just felt like literally a space was created. And it's like, we're good. We're good. Like, we'll be good. And that hope kind of returned. Like, it's been returning slowly for a while, but now it's like, we're actually ending off on a note that I could say is a hopeful note.
Yeah.
Ending off with business opportunities. Literally on the 31st, I have a appointment booked.
Ooh.
So, like, I started with it, ending with it. Where's one second?
I plug in. River never plugged her own business on here, but I'm plugging her business on here. Sacred Touch. Follow her on Instagram. Okay, back to you.
Thanks. I am ending 2025 with a newfound sense of stability and a level of trust in myself that I have never had before. And this podcast as well, of course, was instrumental in this level of trust. Like, you talk about now, like, you're sure of yourself. There's nothing that you think that you can't do.
Yeah.
That is relatable. I'm like, I could do this. I similarly always like wanted to help people, always like, I need to fix everybody or whatever. Like, I just want the world to be a better place and I want to do whatever I can to do that. But I was in this shell and I was like trying to be invisible and like, I want to be in the background for most of my life.
Yeah.
And now that
feel that,
and we're out in the open, allowing ourselves to be seen and heard, is like, this was always it.
Yeah. So true. Yeah.
And that hiding thing, like, that wasn't us.
Yeah.
So it is amazing to actually be here at this point of like shedding that old identity of like, I need to hide, or it's not safe to be seen. And like, we could do that. And I trust myself to show up and to speak.
Yeah.
And to like be heard and be seen and like all these things. And just, I could do this.
Yeah.
That trust. We could do this. I have more things. Hold on. So, ending 2025 with new community, like I would have mentioned, with a stable connection to my voice, willing to share my truth, even if it means losing people.
Yeah.
Ending not as soft, not as trusting, but still open. I am finding my way and myself again. I'm trusting myself and my path. There's that sense of like being lost. Like, it's not there anymore. It's like, I trust myself. I trust where I'm going. I'm ending 2025 not in savior mode. I'm letting people make their own decisions and learn their own lessons. Even when I could see like, okay, there's a bad ending potentially here. Figure it out.
Yeah.
Figure it out. Like, that's where I'm on that. And even though it's hard to watch, especially sometimes like when it's people that you love and stuff, it's like, sorry.
Yeah. I feel you with that. Sometimes you see other people that's close to you kind of going on a path.
Yeah, it's like you're
And
really trying your hardest.
you try to help them and you try to talk to them and try to communicate with them as much as possible, but it's not your job to fix everybody.
It's to fix nobody.
It's to fix you, and you have to fix yourself.
Yeah.
Fix, and I say fix like you're not broken or anything, but it's just, it is what it is, and it's a real hard pill to swallow. But just like you or I learned that we need to do things to learn and grow, other people could do the same.
Yeah,
It's
in their
not you.
own way too.
Correct. Yeah. I also must say though, I don't think I've ever ended off the year on such a great note and so hopeful for the next year.
Yeah.
I have
my
so
first.
much planned already.
Yeah.
Like even in my personal life, I have things planned out already that I would love to achieve in the first like quarter. And like all those plans are already kind of going into motion
In
already.
action, yeah. Before
And
you even start.
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
And it's like a kind of high you get off of just like thinking about it.
The
Like,
vision.
I started this episode all kind of like, I could use a cup of coffee, and now I'm like, I'm energized.
Yeah.
But I feel so hopeful for 2026. I feel so hopeful, not just for myself, but for the podcast.
Yeah.
And there's just so much. I can't wait.
Yeah. On that note, so I have a separate I have separate notes for like how I started Unfiltered
Yeah.
and then how
Yeah.
ending Unfiltered, right? So I started excited and willing, but unsure of where the road would lead. I started still kind of shy and lacking confidence a little bit.
Yeah.
I still had the desire to hide from being seen, or like I didn't want certain people to see me because I felt like they wouldn't understand or they
Yeah.
would judge me. So it was like, when we started the social media, and I was like, oh, I had to post this now, and like, I'm posting from a private page just to help things get traction and thing. And it's like, oh, everybody go and know what I'm doing, and sometimes I'm like, I just want to move in silence, and it's like that silence thing done, So you have no choice but to be seen, like organized. But that's how I started.
Sorry, but I'm thinking about all the gangsters who just post moving in silence. And then they see them post like a certain money. Sorry. That's,
Yeah, where's the silence in question?
but yeah, I started this podcast feeling extremely anxious.
Yeah.
I think you would have feel how anxious I used to be. I think I'm not anxious anymore, but it took me a while to get over the anxiousness.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure. To be very honest, I didn't know where this podcast would be by the end of the year.
Yeah.
I didn't have anything in mind of what it could or would
like,
be.
yeah.
Yeah.
Literally just going with the flow.
And to see what it is now, I couldn't ask for anything else, to be very honest.
Yeah.
I couldn't, because nothing is perfect, but this is as perfect as what I think it could be right now.
Yeah.
To be
where it needs
honest.
to be.
Yeah. And I'm sure of myself. I trust myself. I trust my voice. And that's more than anything. Yeah.
I'm just gonna ramble off my list. So ending for Unfiltered 2025, definitely more confident with speaking and being seen on camera, because the camera thing, I was on that. Trust in my voice and myself and my truth and what I have to share. I don't second guess it. I just flow in. Ending with a clearer idea of what we're building and what we're capable of achieving.
Yeah.
And leaning in fully to being seen and heard. Fully.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's talk about 2026.
2026. So 2026. First I would say personally, I already told you all, like I don't really have any like New Year's resolutions, so to speak, but
You have a vision.
I have a vision. I want to be even more confident.
Yep.
Because sometimes I still kind of I am confident, but it takes me a little while to warm up to being that person.
Yes.
But I want to be that person from the get-go. You know, sometimes a person will walk in the room and you just feel like I want to be that person.
Yeah.
I am trying to work on that so much next year. From today's health every day. But that most of all, I think being healthier. And this is like a thing for everybody. Like, yeah, I need to exercise more, but I need to be healthier.
Yeah.
Just stop eating so much junk, so much stupidness. It's just being healthier. You know, as you get older, your back is in this, that, whatever. But and for the podcast, I would like the podcast to be. I would like more people to resonate with whatever we speak about. I'm not gonna say the likes and the views and all that. I mean, obviously, that's something everybody would want for themselves. Yeah,
but like actual community.
Yes,
that's what I have as well.
Community. That's the number one thing for somebody to like. We being our most authentic self and having other people resonate with that. That's the most important thing to me. If any brands would like to sponsor us.
No, actually, yeah.
Actually, please.
Like, we're being serious.
Yeah.
Okay, so my list, I also, number one on the list, where I hope to be in 2026, completely confident and self-assured, because similarly with the confidence thing, like that's a big thing.
Yeah.
That is a big thing. I want to be more rooted in my spirituality and my connection to myself and my soul. Just because that experience that I had with like losing myself this year and like just feeling disconnected from myself, not really knowing what was going on. Next year, whatever I experience, it should not affect my relationship with myself and my vision and my path and like how grounded I am in myself.
Yeah.
So I want that like unshakable connection to myself kind of thing. Doing more soul aligned activities and being in spaces that actually feed my soul. So this is one of them. And more stuff like that. Yeah. More like collaborations with other authentic people. Like
that too. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's for me, like personally, and for the podcast.
Yes.
Like
I agree. Yeah.
That's something about just like the feeling that I get when I talk to you and like we're just like that synergy.
Yes.
Doing that, like expanding that.
This is something I didn't think about, but that's so true as you mention it. No, sorry to cut you off. But this year was the first time I communicated with so many creative people, and it's so amazing. Yeah. And I didn't even think of that. That's so crazy. But like, I want to have more conversations with creative people. I want to do more collaborations with creative people, make any kind of projects. We're doing 10, 20, 50, 100 projects. Whoa. Let's do it. Maybe not 100. We can't reach that far. But we're doing it.
Things. Yeah. Things again.
Yeah.
I want to be fully present and intentional about what I am creating and who I'm creating it with.
Yeah.
Literally what you just said. Like, why are you in my brain? I want my heart to be open and trusting with discernment.
Yes.
So I don't want to be closed off. Like my heart was blocked this year. And it's like, I did not like that. Like I'm a loving person and I don't like when I get into that energy of like, I'm moving real grimy and it's like real suspect with people. And it's like, I really like nobody. And like I don't like to be that person. So I want the love to come back. And, I just hope to meet more people who are real and genuine and honest and kind. Like, bring back kindness 2026.
Please.
Bring back kindness. I can't take it. Oh, God.
It's tough out here.
It's real hard, boy.
Kind and considerate.
Yeah.
Because consideration is a thing too. Like, oh gosh.
Yeah. I'm genuine with it. Like,
yeah.
Oh, Unfiltered for 2026, because I had that in a separate thing. So hope to build actual community that is active and interactive. So that's like what you were saying. Hope to partner with people who are passionate about authenticity. I
think, this was great.
This was great. This was a good recap. And it helped like kind of cement like where we going, where we
heading. So I think that's our wrap.
Yeah.
That's our wrap.
2025 wrapped.
Thank you guys again. Don't worry, we're not going anywhere. You'll see us soon.
Yeah,
But
next year, new us, new season of Unfiltered.
new year, new me. No, just kidding. My same self. That's
Well, it will be a new year,
yeah.
but
But you know the cliche thing everybody's saying like new year, new me. Like if the just turn a brand new page and it's like a new person
Transforming.
new soul. Anyways, yeah. So sorry. But yeah, thank you guys so much.
it was a pleasure.
Yeah, we'll see you next year. Bye.